welcome to Louisiana Heartbeats. I'm Sudie Landry, your host, and with me today is Mae Chapman, the CEO and casting director of Chapman Casting Company. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Mae, I appreciate you coming on here. I've had so many wonderful things happening in my life that I need to be able to find out everything I can about you and what your organization offers so that I can properly lead people to you for help.
Okay.
So I want to know, what is your company about?
Okay. Well, what I do for the community, a lot of people don't realize, is that I'm actually the community activist for the Louisiana Producers Lafayette Film and Entertainment Industry meetup group.
Okay.
And we meet up once a month, every third Tuesday of the month at the South Regional Library out here in Lafayette, Louisiana, where you have a lot of professional people that are producers, directors, film crew members, also actors that come to the meeting and hear what's the latest thing that's going on with the Louisiana film industry. What I do is bring every month a great speaker to come and speak with everyone. It derives from either if you're a screenwriter or if you just basically work in the industry and you just want to share your talent and skills with the public. That's exactly what we do in the audience. Once that is done, we network, and there's a lot of people that we actually get together and kind of form different little smaller groups possibly, or maybe possibly put a project together. And so that's where our main emphasis is actually networking, connecting the dots.
And what is the name of the organization again?
It's Louisiana Producers Lafayette Film and Entertainment Meetup Group.
And that's what that meeting is about, the third Tuesday of every month.
Yes, ma'am.
It starts at what time?
It starts at 7 p.m. and we're usually in about 8:45, close to 9 o'clock.
Well, I like to plug the Writers Guild, which I'm the president of, and I'm excited to know about your organization. And so therefore I want to dedicate this show to finding out anything and everything I can so that we can network and we can share, so the new authors want to be, or the new script writers want to be, or the new producers want to be, will be able to go and find out more and network and be connected, like you said, to like-minded people of the same interest.
Correct.
Well, let me ask you this. When did you form this and why?
The meetup group actually began in 2006,
Okay.
June of 2006, and how it all derived is from me actually being a part of Cité des Arts. They had a theatrical program that was there, and I was one of the actors that was there. I was working with Dr. Alexander Marshall, and the title of the play was Rose's Children. And so I played the grandmother, of course, but there was a gentleman by the name of Biscuit. You know, a lot of people know Biscuit from a long time ago. He came to me. He said, Mae, you know, there's a meeting going on in Baton Rouge. You know, you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, what is it about? It's about the film industry. And you're talking about 2006 when it actually started moving in. So I became quite curious, and I gathered a few of us, and we said, let's go down there and check it out. We went down there, and I happened to meet up with Mr. Wayne Douglas Morgan, who's actually a producer. And we started talking and all, and every time they would have a meeting out there right along with Susie LeBrie, you know, I said, God, I'm just growing more interest. How can we get this to Lafayette, Louisiana? So they told me, they said, well, Mae, if you form a meetup group, you know, in your area, we can make it happen. They said, now, several people have tried before, but they couldn't get it going. And so I said, okay, well, just give me some time. I'll go ahead and get it going. So he gave me the structure on how to get it moving. And what I did within a week's time, I pulled together everybody that he said that I needed to form the group.
In a week?
In 1 week.
Wow.
And so I was just that determined. I wanted, you know, the film industry was popping in New Orleans and happening out there in Baton Rouge. And I'm like, God, we need that in Lafayette area. We need to know as much information as that they know. So what I did, I, you know, held the torch and said, I'll be the one to get it done. And so since 2006, it's been a journey of our lives. And now we're in we're 2015 and we're still going strong.
And you've made this story way too short. You know that, right? Okay, let's find out. Could you share with us some of the people, for example, who has attended your meeting that maybe went on and would benefited by attending your meeting?
Oh my God, there's so many.
I
So
guess.
you know, there's so many people that have actually come to the meetings. They've networked with people throughout the meeting. They're now moved on to California. Either they're producing, directing, or doing some type of work in the field of the industry. A lot of the crew members that were here in the Lafayette area, now they're working out there in New Orleans. And it's just so many people. I have one member right now, she was actually on Skin Wars. And so she's been at my meetings for quite some time. And so it just is so inspiring just to see her on television. And we were like, she belongs to our meeting. And I was like, I know, isn't that amazing? So you'll be surprised what happens just by networking. Networking is so powerful. We're actually a family. And I treat everybody as though we're family. You know, I make it very comfortable for our meetings, and so that people are welcome and always welcome to come.
What about Facebook? That's how I keep up with you. I'm lucky I got you on screen today. But Facebook lets me know all kinds of nice things that you, when you have time, you post.
Yeah.
Let's share a little bit
Okay.
what's happened.
Okay, well, let me talk about the organization itself. We actually is www.fi is filmind.meetup.com/263. And I'm going to say that again. It's www.filmind.meetup.com/263. And that's our site in order for anyone who want to join. It's free to join. Okay, now on there, I started out with 7 members. Now I have over 470 members just on that site. Now on Facebook alone, we have over 1,000 people online that have actually joined our organization. And so what our main purpose is just get the word out and educate those out there that need our help. You know, we want to network with everyone.
Well, now I know you make a living somewhere in between all this. So what you do, is that what you do for fun, or is this?
No, I've actually, since 2006, I've been volunteering my services with that organization, and I love it. But what I do in the real world, as they say, I'm actually a Louisiana film casting director. I opened my company. It was first formed as Chapman Casting Company, and I recently changed it to Mae Chapman Casting. And so, so far, my journey as a casting director has been awesome. You know, I've cast many projects, from SAG projects to television programs to commercials. I've done it pretty much all, and music videos. So
you were awarded something, or you were
I was
nominated.
For New Orleans Voice and Talent Award. For top performer in Louisiana, basically meaning not as an actress, but a person that's out there, distinguished, that's going out there and making things happen for a community, not only community, for her business and for others around.
That's a big, big accomplishment.
It is.
I'm so proud of you, and I know other people are too.
Thank you. And I've been nominated again.
Oh, yeah.
For something just recently for the National Association of University Women, where they also nominate and look for distinguished people throughout the community area that's actually making moves as well. So.
Well, Mae, I saw you several years ago at the old location of Acadiana Open Channel. And I think you were doing a presentation way back then. I don't even remember what it was, but it had something to do with the community. And then lo and behold, I meet up with you again, and things have really revolved for me too. And now I really just think our meeting is no accident. I look forward to seeing how I can send people your way just by sharing and networking, which I love to do. Helping somebody who needs help get to where they need to be to do what they really think can only be dreamed, but can actually happen.
Exactly. And I think with our main focus, and Wayne Douglas Morgan, the founder of Louisiana Producers, his main focus and what I gave oath to was HURD, which is helping you reach dreams. And that's our motto for our group. And so our main focus is just that. I love to mentor, because I realize that it took somebody to get me where I am. So why not pass the torch to someone else? So, by me doing that, I'm blessed. And I'm continually getting blessed because I'm out there blessing others.
No accident. That is your passion, your assignment. And it looks like it's working out pretty good.
It is. It is.
Well, I have a question. If I would go to your meeting and knowing absolutely nothing, and only God knew what my dream was, I would go to your meeting and I would ask a question. Would it get answered that day possibly? Like, for example, if I have the story that I want to get it out, what would you recommend that I do? It's already published, or I'll let you know what stage it's in. What would be your advice at your meeting there as far as what areas should it be taken to and how?
And thank you
What do you
for thank you for allowing all your creative writers to come to our meetings. What's actually happening in the room is that before they leave there, they actually are connected with a screenwriter
Wow.
that's there, or a producer that's there that would be interested in their story. And so what we do is you basically connect the dots. I'm like, okay, guys, if you met up with someone, make sure you bring your business cards, which are very important.
Yes.
Bring anything, that that you can pass along to the next person in that room. You never know who's in that room, because we don't know who comes. But when they do come, I mean, one time we had a guy come who was international, and he had come from London, England.
Wow.
And one of your writers actually was in there, and they actually connected. And because of their meeting, it has now turned into something that he never thought would have.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm so happy that those dots were connected. But what they need to know, Susie, is that if you are a novelist out there and you want to turn your work into film project, what the very first thing you need to learn and know how to do is know how to flip it into screenwriting format. A lot of us Hollywood uses what we call final draft. Okay, final draft is something that they really need to look into. It kind of helps them coach them along into flipping that novel into screenwriting format. From that point on, if you're still not clear of how that works, find out who's a great screenwriter in your area, because they know how to take your project and flip it into the correct script format that's needed for the industry. Upon then that's all in we call it soft prep,
Okay.
Pre-production stages. So once you get all that done, then you move over to what we call the producer side. You speak with your producers and stuff like that to find out what do I need to do. I have a screenwriter here, or I have a script here, I would like for you to produce it for me, and they'll go ahead and they go through the organization of putting that whole entire thing together. Now, also keep in mind, if you are a screenwriter, and a lot of producers are looking for this, because I'm actually working with a few clients right now, keep in mind that you must have financial backing.
Mm-hmm.
That is so important. You cannot come to the table empty-handed. There's no such thing as we just going to up and do your project and expect the producers to pay for it. You need to go ahead and seek out film investors, not only film investors, but find out who your executive producers are in the area. Find out who's willing to say, okay, I'll go ahead and pick up your project, because you must have funding.
Yes.
And we have Kickstarter programs that's out there where you can actually put it out there as well to try to generate funding for your project.
That's right. So if there's a way there it can be done. But that's a good point to bring up. When a person goes out, they think, for example, a new author to be. I've been there. You want to tell your story, and then you go through the different stages of financial or what it takes to get it actually published, edited, design work, the whole 9 yards. But as soon as it becomes that form of a book, for example, like in my case, I'm representing this author, okay, myself, for example, and others. Then as soon as the book is published, wow, something's got to be done to be able to sell that book.
That's
Somebody's
right.
got to do it, either you or you're going to have to project out to different people and let them do contract out. And the disappointment comes if people haven't done their homework and think just because they wrote the story that it's going to be a #1 seller. No, it takes a lot more work than
Yeah.
that. But I don't want to discourage anybody, and that's why I let them know it's up to you and how strong your passion is for the message you want to get out, who you want to reach, and hey, who said you had to do it yesterday?
That's right.
Do it slow, do it right, and don't jump from one person to another. Find out what's the best avenue for your genre of book. I've learned a lot since I joined the Writers Guild 4 years ago, going on 5. And I went in there with no intention of coming out, eventually being the president. I went in there to be able to get people's stories and bring them here and let them share their stories. Had no idea that I'd be part of getting the stories printed, but then, God had a different plan. And I really know that there's so many awesome stories that need to be told. And with that said, the reason I brought that up is because this young man was sitting in one of our meetings, quiet, big, huge, young black man, just quiet and serious, and he was taking notes, and I won't name names. And after the meeting's over, he comes up to me, and he's real quiet, and he starts telling me a little bit about what he's done. Not what he's going to do, what he's done, and if I know any outlets where he could go. Well, the first name that came up was you. Well, then I didn't see him for several weeks, and I'm like, what happened to him? Then he came back, and he told me how he had hooked up with someone most amazing. He wanted to thank me. I said, okay, I want you to know something. If you go out and you hook up with somebody, please go back and tell Mae if she doesn't know about it. Of course, there was more to that story, and you were aware. But he was kind enough to come back and say, well, you need to go in front of this organization and share with people. This is a good thing. So all he said was he was at the right place at the right time with the right person in the right meeting. So I just want to tell you that I know for sure 2 people that I've sent over there had some wonderful experiences, and the rest is up to you, and it's between you and them. So I want to encourage everybody in Acadiana that's watching this right now that if they're interested or they know someone who's interested, they need to check out your website.
Yes.
And if they want to find out more information, then they need to just find out what all is going on. But most importantly is know that there are meetings, so mark those calendars. And know.
Every 3rd Tuesday of the month. I tell people it's every 3rd Tuesday of the month. I'm on Facebook, and I kind of post, everything on Facebook for those who need to reach me or, guys, there are things going on out there, and I believe that the reason why people don't progress because it's a lack of knowledge.
That's right.
And if you don't know, then find out. It's called research.
That's right.
You have to go out and you have to research who's doing what, and why, and my whole focus, as I said earlier, was helping you reach dreams. My whole focus of putting this organization together is that I know that Lafayette, Louisiana, and the Acadiana area need this information. Is it free? Yes. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't give away free information. They try to keep it for themselves.
Right.
But the thing is that if there's a good movie that's out there, okay, don't you share the information for free? Yeah. Well, you tell people, well, go see this movie, go see that movie. It's all about networking. It's all about networking. Tell the next person, help the next person grow. And that's why I've been doing this, like I said, since 2006. And so many accomplishments have come along, even through my life. The blessings that I give to others, it's all come back to me now.
That's right. That's what's happening with me, too. As I shared with you before the show started, I made a certain decision, and now, just verbally, I made that decision. I thought it was just between me and God, but it turned out that people will come up and say, Miss So-and-so told me to talk to you about this. Would you be interested? Or I'll hear, I've always wanted to be a reporter, and I guess, my dreams come true, but in a different way, because when I hear something good that's so motivational or so encouraging, it's like, wow, you ought to write a story. How many times I've said that? Never really thought about, actually, but now it's like, would you write it for me? And I'm like, whoa, I need to find somebody else. But yeah, I know, because too many stories started falling in my place. And so I said, but, maybe I could be the resource to connect them to the person, ghostwriting, proofreading, editing, illustrators, and all this kind of stuff. So, those kind of people attending your meetings?
Yes, they're all in there. It's
Awesome.
Amazing, I said, just make sure those who come to the meeting, you bring your business cards.
That's right.
And then I give an opportunity for everyone in the room to kind of introduce themselves so you know exactly who's there. It's not a quiet meeting.
Right.
So,
it's kind of like you. You was minding your own business.
Yes,
and
pretty
you
much.
just happened to be reading something in the back area where I was having the Writers Guild meeting.
I was
and
meant
I have
to be
this
there.
hat.
I was meant to be there. Unknowingly, I was meant to be there.
It was awesome,
Yeah.
and I love the way you handle it. But it's no accident.
Yeah, it's no accident.
So I was having this meeting, Acadiana, one of the monthly meetings we meet, the Writers Guild, the last Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. at Barnes & Noble in Lafayette. And I have this habit of having everyone stand up, say who they are briefly, and what kind of genre they write in, and so everybody gets to see and hear, then they can connect afterwards. Here's this young lady sitting next to me right now that was in the back of the room in a comfortable chair, and she's reading, and I go, well, would you like to stand up and tell us? And she admits that she really was not part of the meeting, but she was glad she was there. And then she brought up something about a Writers Guild of America or something like that. I'm like, what? So we invited her to come back the next time to come speak, and that's how I met Mae Chapman, who had more to the story that I needed to find out. And it's been a blessing ever since.
It has.
We've only crossed paths maybe 3 times, but it's been awesome each time.
It has been.
And I think that,
And I think the coolest thing about it all is that we're on the same mission.
hey, yay,
And so
I
that's
know. Isn't
what
that
I love
awesome?
about it is.
I love it, and you're so down to earth, you're so real, and that's what people want. They want to be comfortable. They want to trust.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I will not send anyone out unless I know
Yes.
that that's where they need to go. Because
Yes.
when the person says, I trust you,
Yes, that means a lot.
that's an honor, first of all, to be thought of that way. Well, we have 5 minutes left in the show, and let me tell you right now, as I know this timer's working really good. Usually I'm looking for the signals and all that. Is there anything we haven't covered that you would like to cover?
There's a few accomplishments and stuff along the way
Good,
that
good, good.
I like to, Katie Anna to know, that has happened in my life. As I said before, our own Mae Chapman casting company. I'm also working right along with the recording artist and multi-platinum recording artist Cupid.
Yay.
And so I actually work with his fitness company, Curobus Fitness. And so we get to tour a lot. We've been opening for halftime shows for basketball games and stuff like that.
Awesome.
We've done in Essence Festival, and now we're connected with Steve Harvey. And so we've been part of Steve Harvey's team since
Wow.
last year, and now this year we'll also be a part of it. Not only am I doing that, I am now co-executive producer of Cold Front Entertainment, which the CEO is Mr. John C. Lewis, and we have another co-executive producer. Her name is Carol Lewis. And what we've actually done is come together, and basically we put our money together and stated that, hey, we're going to go out there and help independent filmmakers with the facilitating fundings for their projects.
Wow.
And so our CEO is very proud to actually sit down and say he'll be willing to help those who need help. And I'm excited to be a part of the team. So we've been sitting down and meeting with different filmmakers and stuff like that, and seeing if they meet the criteria, because there is a criteria when it comes to the to Cold Front Entertainment. Also, we're venturing out into looking at working with the youth as well,
Great.
and helping and facilitating some type of funding for scholarships for them. So I'm so happy to be a part of.
You need to put that shoulder on there. I need to rub a little bit more shoulder with
to
you,
be a
lady.
part of the organization, not only, like I said, was my company, Cupid's company, but also Cold Front Entertainment. It's just been a journey of my life, and I'm enjoying it,
Well, I want to add that I have been following Cupid for a long time, and I'm excited to hear that he is getting the recognition that I personally am glad that he is getting, because the kids loved him, Lord.
Yes.
A while back, people were trying to get him for birthday parties,
Yes.
and I mean, he was in such demand then, and then once in a while to get a glimpse of him dancing on television for somebody or a fundraiser, so that's good. I am excited to hear that kind of news,
Yeah.
and that you're involved in it.
Yes, it's
Wow.
amazing. Everybody
It's
say, I didn't know you
amazing.
were that involved. I say, when it comes to the entertainment
You're just
industry,
busy.
I am very busy, and now I'm helping other artists that are out there, and we're working on different film projects as well.
So if people need more information in that area, they can also check out your website and
Yes,
get that, and they can ask the question?
Yeah, they can also go to my website, which is chapmancasting.weebly.com. Guys, if you
Gotcha.
need to reach out to me, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. So, if
You're a
any-
one-stop shop.
Pretty
Almost.
much. And the amazing thing is I do my own PR, my own marketing. And so far by me doing that, it's been working out quite well. I have connections with East Coast, West Coast, down South. So it's like I said, an incredible journey of my life.
Well, I'm just feeling really, really blessed and honored that you're at the same table sharing all of this, and yet I'm believing that Acadiana out there is going to understand all of this is here. So, man, I know that somebody out there that's going to be watching this show is going to contact your webpage. I'm going to be plugging it on Facebook.
Yeah, and I'm
big
right
time.
here. My office is right here
In
in the
Lafayette.
center of I'm in the All Center.
Wow.
So, guys, if you need to reach out to me, hey, just go to my website, go to Facebook, find out where I am.
That's it.
I'm available.
And I tell you what, you have been watching Louisiana Heartbeat, and today we had our CEO and casting director of the Mae Chapman Casting LLC company. And at this time, we're almost ready to end the show. So, you know what? Check out her information and know this, that we are on every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. It might just be you or May that we are showcasing. But today, you heard it here. We have our local one-lady stop shop. Anybody interested in any area of movie industry, publishing, as far as scripting, they need to go to that meeting. They need to
Yes.
check out that meeting, which is free, and it is the third Tuesday
Of every month.
of every month.
Yes, and that's Louisiana Producers Lafayette Film and Entertainment Meetup.
You heard it.
South Regional Library.
That's important. So if you watch this show, then you'll know. If you have any questions, though, you can always email us also at praisemusicproduction@cox.net. Thank you for watching.